I have 3 phones in front of me and every single one of them is running Linux right now. On this channel, I have made multiple videos about getting Linux on Android. This video is the honest answer to all of them. Is Linux on a phone actually useful? Can it replace your PC? Let me break down what each of these phones is actually doing because they are not all the same thing. The first one is running Linux inside a container with full hardware acceleration. The second is running Linux through Proot, basically a compatibility layer. And the third one is completely different. It is called the Android Virtualization Framework, a native Linux terminal built directly into Android. I have not installed any third-party app for this. So let's start with the third one. This phone is running Linux natively on my phone with complete kernel access. And when I plug it into a monitor, it becomes a full Linux desktop on screen. Inside it, I have opened GIMP, LibreOffice, Blender, a terminal, and Chromium, all at the same time. I even ran Docker inside it. A real Docker container running inside an Android phone is unexpected. App switching is fast. It runs Debian under the hood, so anything you can install on a normal Debian machine, you can install here too. To actually test stability, I stress test it for 15 minutes, and I also left it running overnight with Linux active. It did not crash even once. I even built something real on it, a simple Python script that takes a YouTube channel name and pulls details like subscriber count, video count, and more, written and tested entirely on this phone. The only real problem with this setup is that, in my testing, it only works properly on Pixel devices and some nothing phones. Not Samsung, not OnePlus, not most other Android devices. But before you close this video because you do not have a Pixel, there are other ways to get Linux on your phone, the ones I showed earlier in the video. I built a script that sets up Linux on almost any Android phone. It is already on GitHub with over 1.5K stars, and people are using it right now. There is also a one-click method called udroid that sets up Linux in a Proot environment. Now back to rootfs. This is the Moto, running Linux through a container with hardware acceleration. Same story, plug it into a monitor, and you get a Linux desktop on your screen. It runs LibreOffice, Wireshark, VS Code, Claude Code, full terminal access, almost anything you would need for light work. And the best thing is, this can run on almost any Android phone. If you have a Snapdragon phone, my script installs Mesa Zink and Turnip Vulkan drivers for hardware acceleration. And even if you do not have a Snapdragon phone, it falls back to software rendering. Yeah, it is slower, but still usable and stable. udroid, on the other hand, is based on Proot. I do not really recommend installing that anymore, because I already added Proot support to my own script as well. Inside a rootfs container, you can mostly install only Termux tools and TUR packages, but with Proot, you can install almost any Linux tool on it. And the best thing is, my script can even enable hardware acceleration inside Proot. I already made a dedicated video on that setup. You should watch it. You are probably going to love it. So, can your phone actually replace your laptop? If your phone supports display output and your work is mostly office tasks, browser work, scripting, or lightweight coding, then yeah, it can work as a portable Linux setup. Thermal limits are still there, some desktop features are missing, and the whole thing still needs a monitor, keyboard, and mouse. At which point you are basically carrying laptop accessories without the laptop. But here is the thing, I have genuinely used this for real work, not just testing, actual work, spreadsheets, scripts, managing projects on the go. It holds up for that. And honestly, phones are more powerful than most people give them credit for. Apple literally put a phone chip, the A18 Pro, inside the MacBook Neo and called it a laptop. And on this channel, I already showed you an app that generates images locally on a phone. No cloud, no server, just the phone. So no, it is not a full laptop replacement yet, but it is not a toy either, and it is only getting better. Installation links for both the rootfs container and the Pixel native terminal are in the description. Check them out. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.